Hi guys, Kaboxil here, aka Suleiman Khan. I just wanted to make a couple of announcements. If you've been following my channel, you know that I focus more on conceptual learning and conceptual understanding, and I've been teaching, for the past 6.5 years now. I started when I was very young. I graduated from Mates in college, got, A stars in my O levels and then A levels, and then I worked in the field of chemistry a lot. I worked in the National Narcotics Lab, and you know I worked on oral squamous cell carcinoma, tried to write a research paper at a very young age, got multiple admissions, and then obviously I moved on from that into a new field, which is the field of chartered accountancy. And now currently I'm working at one of the big four accounting firms in the world. And you guys might even think that it's such a big difference between what his actual profession is and what he teaches. But chemistry has always been my passion. I was also shortlisted for the Pakistan national chemistry team. But obviously, my field changed, so then I had to, part ways with that part of my life. And now I fulfill my passion through obviously teaching and teaching hundreds and thousands of students now online. And slowly and gradually, as I see that many students are nowadays getting to know about me, and they've been benefiting from my YouTube channel, and I've been getting loads of wholesome messages. But I want to make my a couple of things clear to all the students who've been studying from me. And if you have been studying from me, you'd know most of these things. But if you've just been taking help from YouTube, you need to know a couple of things, right? So my main goal is obviously to enhance your knowledge. I always say that we need to create a positive impact in the society. There's a lot of negativity everywhere. There's a lot of leg pulling, and there's a lot of concealment of information and knowledge. And people, they think that if they keep knowledge and information to themselves, they'll somehow be geniuses. I don't know what the mindset is, and how those people process. But remember, the more you spread knowledge, the more you tell people about good things, about knowledge related stuff, about the more you help people out, the more Allah Ta'ala or God will help you out, obviously. And the main goal of creating this YouTube channel as well as founding Conceptual Academy is to obviously create a positive impact in the society. And I am trying my level best. I have been trying for the past 6, 7 years to not just teach you chemistry, but to also work on character development. And that's one of my major areas where I try to work with students. I try to develop a thought process. I try to, that's my main goal, to try to, improve or work on this character development aspect of you guys. Remember, grade is just a byproduct of the knowledge. If you are there at par with all the knowledgeable, all the syllabus or the curriculum, if you're at par with the theoretical information as well as the practical application, you'll be able to score that grade. But remember, grade is not my main goal, and it has never been my main goal. For me, it has always been a byproduct. For me, my main goal has always been to create a positive impact in the society. I want This is my wish. I don't know when it'll happen, but I hope and I wish that someday one of my student becomes a great entrepreneur or a great scientist. We've unfortunately, if I just talk about my country, we've not been able to produce scientists. We've not been able to produce great minds, great entrepreneurs in the last decade or so. And we need to work towards this, and we need to try to enhance the thought process of students. We need to try to enhance the character development for students. That is what teachers should work most on. I always say that my main goal is not to teach you. Some teachers, what they do is they tend to market their especially they tend to use religion to market their courses. They say, if you study from me, your religion will also be intact, and you'll start growing a big beard and whatnot. But remember, as Ghalib once said, um, इस्लाम में दाढ़ी है दाढ़ी में इस्लाम नहीं है, right? So if you don't know what it means, you could search it up. That in if you are a Muslim, you'll realize that in your religion you talk about a beard, but beard is not your religion, right? So it's always about helping others. It's always about, having that psychological change. That's what I want to work with. I always say that if you studied from me, inshallah, you'll get an A star, you'll get your desired grade. I've had students who've scored distinctions, I've had students who scored A stars, and many, many, many scored A stars and A's and whatnot, right? But that's the thing. And the main goal behind this video is to is to announce that I'll also be talking on social issues now, but I'll not be politically active, right? I'll just be catering to my students, only my students, and the ones who believe and, who basically, who accept me as their mentor, and who basically look up to me. So I'll be recording, videos on social issues as well from time to time. I won't be, dissecting everything, but I'd just be, teaching students how to think logically, because that's the thing. We as a nation have become blinded by our egos. We basically and then we tend to instill that inflated egos in our children. The society does it, the society instills it in students, and that's the thing that is harming the youth of our country, and of any country in particular. You'll realize that the teachers are the one who shape the youth. The teachers are the ones who basically give the youth something to stand on. They give the youth the thought process, they give them inspiration, they give them uh, a standing. And that is what my main aim has always been. It's not money. I don't do this for money. Everybody knows, all my students who've studied from me, they know, alhamdulillah, my background is really strong, and I also am a chartered accountant working at the big four accounting firms in the world. So I don't need to do this. But the reason why I keep on doing it is to interact with new students, and to try and help them through through their teenage years, and to be with them even after that when they need my help as a human being to develop their character. And that's also the reason why I'm also starting A-level chemistry this session, because a lot of students I've never succumbed to these pressures by students, but this time I've decided that I'll start AS level chemistry with all my students. To be with to be there with them throughout their college life maybe, and help them navigate their way and also teach them empathy, humility, and so many other values. And at times, us teachers, we are also not perfect, but the least we can do is, instead of just focusing on just one syllabus, and just focusing on, oh, rote learn this, rote learn that, it's just, education has now lost, most of education has lost its charm, because now it's just a grade hunting machine. You just go grade, grade, grade. But my philosophy for teaching has always been very different, and alhamdulillah, till now it's also been very successful. That grade is just a byproduct, but through these classes, be it O-level classes, be it A-level classes, be it just these random videos, I'd want to try to help students in character development, because these are very, very tender periods for students to, it'll either, like parents say, it'll either break you or make you. So I'll also be talking on social issues. I will not Probably I may not be expressing my own biased opinions about it, but I'll teach you a way to think. I'll try and try to help you achieve that neutrality, instead of just being skewed towards your own value judgments and towards your own opinions. We need to be more accepting. And this is the job of teachers. I've always been saying this, and I'll keep on saying this, that teachers are the ones who shape students, and students are actually the future of this country. And because, unfortunately, in a country like Pakistan, we unfortunately don't have those teachers. We may have good teachers, we may have teachers who teach the subject really well, and we may also have teachers who can get the job done, get your grades done. But along with that, you also need to develop an interest for students. You also need to work on character development. So a teacher has a huge responsibility on his shoulders, and I've taken this responsibility when I was, I assumed this responsibility when I was really, really young. I used to get kicked out of classes for asking too many questions, or be it silly questions, good questions, bad questions. Questions are questions. As a scientist one, greatly said that, stated that I'd rather have questions that don't have answers than answers that can't be questioned. So we need to develop that thought process, and that's all my goal. That's all about my goal. That's always been my goal, and that'll always be my goal, to create a positive impact in the society. And I'm glad that, all my students are actually, sharing my videos with their students, with their fellow colleagues, and they're sharing it with their family, friends, and their juniors and seniors. And they're saying, oh, there's this guy in the market and he's doing this and that. I am grateful to all of you. I'll always be grateful to all of you, to those who have been applying that knowledge that they've learned from me throughout the course of 4 months or 5 months or whatnot. And I'm glad that you guys have accepted me as your mentor, as your teacher, as inspiration as well. So I know it's pretty difficult to listen to just this entire video of me talking, but I hope that, we've made our mission statement and our vision statement clear. And our vision statement, at least, is very, very vivid now to all of you guys. It's to create a positive impact in the society. There's no point in getting a grade if you are, like they say in slang, if you are a snake, there's no point in achieving a distinction or A stars if you don't spread the knowledge that you've learned, if you don't help others, if you're not improving somebody's lives. So I wish that, all my students become great entrepreneurs, great businessmen, great scientists, great whatever you do, just be the best at it. And that's going to be the way forward for this YouTube channel. Don't get me wrong, it'll have a lot of A-level content as well, O-level content as well. And I'll keep on working, from time to time, I'll keep on uploading these things. But again, the main aim is to help you guys build, that to work on that character development, to work on, eliminating the biasness in our value judgments, to work on eliminating the skewed nature of thought process that we have, and work towards a more neutral approach towards things. So that's pretty much that. I wanted to just post this because I have been overwhelmed with a lot of wholesome messages from students across the globe, telling me how great they've done in their exams, and they've just enjoyed taking my classes and learned a lot. And, before they might have been thinking otherwise, and now their thought process has changed. They work towards spreading more and more knowledge, helping more and more people, and not just for the sake of uni applications, but actually genuinely want to create a positive impact in the society. So that's always been the goal of Conceptuals Academy. That's always been the goal of Carboxyl, and that's always been my goal, is to improve, improve our society through the means of teaching. Teaching is one of the best ways to create a positive impact. I'll not be joining politics anytime soon, because obviously, I think this is a much better platform for me to influence these young minds, obviously positively. And I hope that I'm doing my job, and I hope that you guys have also enjoyed the classes as well as learned something. Again, my grade, I've had students go from U's to A stars, when they took my sessions and they got ever. But again, at the end, when those messages pour in, it's all about, sir, A star to Lily. I've gotten my A star, I've gotten my A, or even at times distinctions. I've gotten my distinction, but I just loved the the impartiality that you've added, and I love the value addition that you've done towards me as a person, to my personal growth. So these are the things which matter to me most. And I've had students who've started their businesses and helping others, and I just love to see this. So it starts with you guys. Change starts with you guys. We've always said that, oh my God, when we always hear from our adults that, our parents and, that or even our elders, that when we were young, we used to say that we'll create a positive impact, but when you grow older, you'll realize that you just need to adjust. No, enough is enough of those talks. We will be the ones creating that positive impact, and we will continue to do so until our last breath. I'm not saying be politically active or whatnot, but just be kind to everyone. Be kind, be kind, be kind, and spread as much love and knowledge as possible. I hope it was a nice, lovely video after your ATP. I think just a gupshup session with you guys. Yeah. Chalo. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Ciao. Allah Hafiz. Keep on shining.